Rick Mooney in the Steel Studio. What's going on with Aaron Rodgers? What's the holdup? I still think he's coming. I think he'll sign. I think he'll sign soon. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but I really don't believe he's going anywhere but Pittsburgh. And I think you'll see that happen here soon. Hopefully before the draft, so we don't stress over that. But I think they're working on a contract. They've already got it done. That's my opinion. They wouldn't have let Russ go otherwise, contrary to what people are saying. But here's what was talked about on Pat McAfee's show about the situation because they're close to him.
Then inevitably, all roads go back to what's Aaron Rodgers going to do? Because that affects the draft. So before we can really do a proper mock draft, we have to know what Aaron Rodgers is planning on doing. So, basically, he is still the only thing radiating at this time. Now, next week, owners' meetings, there's going to be rule changes. There's going to be a lot of that. But this week, it's just been potentially, maybe we heard potential situation brewing. Not certain, but maybe Aaron Rodgers is waiting on the Vikings. We heard maybe Aaron Rodgers thinking about retirement. We heard maybe the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers have had a contract in place for weeks, if not months at this point. They're just trying to figure it out after the meeting. What have you heard, and how do you think people should be talking about this situation? Because my entire take has been, I don't think Aaron knows exactly what he wants, and are all the options already shown to him that it's going to be, throughout it all? Is he waiting until the draft to see who does what with a quarterback? What are your thoughts on it, AJ, as somebody who we all know is a close friend of Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, the waiting until the draft, I haven't really thought about that. I cannot imagine that would be the case. What would that do for him? Right now it looks like Pittsburgh is an option, and the Vikings are possibly an option. Is that what's out there? Is that what it feels like?
Yes, that is kind of and retirement, obviously. So retirement, Pittsburgh, and then the Vikings haven't said no.
That's right.
Yeah, they didn't close the door completely. That's the thing. Yeah, you had the opportunity to close the door completely, publicly at least, if you were the Vikings, and you did not. So what does that tell you? I don't know if that means there's a possibility that the Vikings would want to bring him in or not, but it means there's got to be some kind of chance of that, correct?
Yeah, I would say that's probably why people are saying it publicly. Yeah, I would say there's some chance.
What's Aaron?
And he visited Pitt? He visited Pittsburgh and probably loved it?
Well, Pitt and Pittsburgh have the same facility, so we will see. He did probably see both sides of it. But yes, allegedly, and I think confirmed by multiple reports, Jerry Dulac says Aaron Rodgers came to UPMC practice facility to visit with, I believe, Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, and ownership. I don't know if he met with cafeteria, equipment managers, athletic trainers as well. Probably, though, if he's in the building. Yeah. Did you hear that as well?
Yeah, I do know that he actually really likes all the Pittsburgh staff. He loves the staff, the front office, everything about Pittsburgh. Yeah, the people there. That's what makes the Steelers, don't you think? What they, from the top down. I think he definitely loves all them.
Well, great, yeah. The program, the franchise, the city, the lore, the tradition, that is everything that, does make the Pittsburgh Steelers Pittsburgh Steelers. But you're saying he loves everybody in the building. Okay, so that is. Yep. Okay, put that on the SeatGeek ticker down there. AJ Hawk says he loves everybody in the building. So AP Tone has a follow-up question, I assume, for this.
Well, what do you say? When's he decide?
That's the question I don't think he knows. I don't know what he's waiting on. I really don't. I have no clue what the timeline, maybe big night out. Remember we called it a couple weeks ago. Maybe he's going to pop in there and say, hey, I'm going to the Vikings to everybody in Pittsburgh.
That would be awesome. Okay, we should think about that.
I don't think that'll happen.
By the way, everyone in Pittsburgh
I don't
thinks
know about
that's
that.
happening.
What's that?
It's everyone on the internet think that's what's happening.
That
he's deciding at that night.
On Big Night Out?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That is hilarious to think about. I do appreciate that people think that is what is possible, though, for Big Night. Yeah. Guy's going to sign to the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. Big Night Out. Yeah, we actually scheduled it in advance. He's leaving everybody in the dark.
Yep. Wow.
Until Big Night Out. Yeah, you caught us.
Yeah, Big Night Out is the night in Pittsburgh when they have a show, Pat McAfee show. I doubt that's what it is, but it wouldn't surprise me with this guy. He loves the attention, and maybe the Steelers know that, and they're just waiting, and they're in no hurry. And this is not the end of the world. If he doesn't sign, they will trade for someone. They have a backup plan or sign another veteran, and they're probably going to draft one, and probably next year too. So it'll be all right, man. We will have a quarterback. Trust me. Hey, stay tuned. Appreciate the subs. Go Steelers, and we'll keep you informed as soon as we hear something.